Because, I think you were one of just a couple of guys who were on that elite list every week this summer. How does that happen? What goes into that?
Just for me, I just come in with the same mindset every day. Just trying to accomplish getting one better every day. Just trying to improve myself. I think just having the right mindset going into the day, knowing that I'm going to attack it and give my all so that I can be ready for when camp comes around and the season comes around. So yeah, I think it was just all about my mindset for the whole summer, just being confident in myself.
And in year two, like what's the difference in terms of knowing what the standard is? Like a year ago, probably trying to figure it out. And now knowing.
So yeah, last year just kind of transitioning into it. This year I think we're a lot more comfortable with ourselves and a lot more confident. So a lot of guys more guys understand what that standard looks like and what it is and what it means. So we try to hold each other accountable to that standard. Every time we step on the field, every time we touch a weight, any team run we have or anything like that. So yeah.
And where does that show up? Like when guys know what the standard is, how do you know? How do you see it?
I think you can just see guys being more vocal and just holding each other accountable. You see a lot more guys holding each other accountable now than previously. So I think that comes with growing that bond with your teammates and just having that confidence in that other person that you can count on them. They're going to do their job. Yeah.
Your coordinator, Tony White, probably had chances to leave here in the offseason. How much does it mean to you that he came back, stuck around, and what does he bring to the table, whether it be personality or just his scheme-wise?
Yeah, no, it means a lot. I mean, everyone was pumped when he came back, and I think that was part of the decision that led me to coming back this year too. But just, yeah, what he brings to the table, I mean, he's just a very fiery guy and just wants to do things right, wants to be the best. And I think we kind of follow in his footsteps because we see that from him, and just the standard that he tries to hold to our defense every single day. It's just second to none, and we're very grateful that he came back, and I think that we'll have a great year this year.
Obviously, players make the plays out there, but what is it about his scheme specifically that's so great? It's just that the offense doesn't know where the blitz is coming from? What do you like so much about his scheme specifically?
Yeah, so there's just so much moving around because you got the 3-3-5, so the DBs and linebackers are always moving around, and our offense always has trouble handling it. And so it's kind of cool that we can hear feedback from them because they always tell us how complicated it is because they don't know who the point is, who the mic is, like who to point to if it's a run or if it's where to slide it to if it's a pass. So I think just all the movement and disguising in our defense that it comes along with, because being able to have those 3-down linemen on a lot of the calls, it just allows us to disguise that defense so much better, and it makes the offense kind of think a little bit, and it makes it more complicated for them.
Was it a big learning curve for you personally last year, or did you feel like you took to it fairly quick?
I thought I took to it fairly quick because this defense allows you to kind of shut off your brain a little bit more. Not necessarily shut off your brain, but you don't have to think as much as maybe some other defenses or the defense I played in the past. So it just allows you to be your true self and a football player and to make plays.
Talk about transitioning. How about going to linebacker last year? How much more comfortable are you in that position now?
Yeah, I feel a lot more comfortable. Last year it was a little tough just because I wasn't completely confident in myself. I didn't trust myself completely because it was the first time I've ever played that at the college level. This year I feel a lot more confident. In the spring I felt a lot more confident in myself. I felt like I was making more plays, flying around a lot faster. So I think I should be able to hoping to take a big jump in the fall.
Do you have some weight or strength?
Yeah, so I got up to about 230 right now. I think I played last season I think I started the season maybe 223, somewhere in that range, ended maybe 219. So hoping I can keep that weight on and throughout the season, and we'll see where it takes me.
Sorry if you can ask this, but I mean, being able to go up against a guy like Dylan Raiola and Thomas Fidoni, these guys who have a lot of high expectations this year, how much is that going to help you guys? Because obviously it helped last year, you guys being top 5.
Yeah, no, it's going to help us incredibly. I mean, the offense is definitely taking a big jump this year, and you can see it every day in practice, and even how they work out and how they study and talk about what to expect with the defense and stuff like that. Just it's amazing to see, and it's good to see that on that side of the ball, because obviously I'm on the defensive side of the ball. I only really pay attention to the defense for the most part, but when the offense is standing out to you, it's kind of easy to notice, and it's cool to see, and I think they're going to have a great year this year. So.
When you look back at last year, I mean, what about the offense last year helped you guys so much?
I think just the fact that our linemen are just great run blockers. I mean, all our running backs run the ball so aggressively. You had Heinrich and Jeff and all those guys that could run the ball, so it was just a dual threat kind of. So it's hard to tackle running backs, quarterbacks that can run the ball so hard, and I think that really helped our run defense last year, and that's what made us so good last year, run defense wise.
How much are you going to savor this last year with Alex?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, that's also another part that played into me coming back. I mean, just having another year with my brother. You can never turn that down. You only get this opportunity so many times in life, and not many people get to play with their brother. So, yeah, great opportunity, and I'll cherish this for the rest of my life.
How happy were you that he finally got to kind of make a name for himself a little bit last year?
Yeah, it's awesome. He took a big jump last year, and I think he'll take an even bigger jump this year. And he's got some competition in the room, a lot of competition in the room, but I think he can handle it. And I know the type of worker he is, and the type of player he is, and how hard he works. So I know he'll be all right.
On the field, who's the bigger smack talker between the two of you?
I don't know. I'd probably say me. When I really get into it, I'd probably say me. He's kind of the quieter kind of type, more humble type, but yeah, I'd probably say me.
Do you ever give him an extra little nudge?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, we'll mess with each other all throughout practice, but yeah, it's fun. It's a good time.
What's the transition been like this year for you guys without Luke and Nick coming back? How tough was it at first in the spring to kind of adjust to not having those guys back there?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's tough losing those two guys, but I think like the older guys in the room now kind of saw that, and we're like, all right, we got to take a step even further now because those guys are gone. We don't have anybody to lean on now. So now I'm trying to be that guy that they can lean on, and trying to kind of implement what they did, and take the next step and just be that leader for the guys in the room or the guys in the defense or anybody on the team really that needs someone to talk to or look up to or to follow in their footsteps. So yeah.
How have you seen the communication aspect grow since the spring for you and also the other linebackers that have come into the program?
Off the field or
on the field, like when you're getting play calls from like your coaches.
Yeah.
Like how has the communication between you and the guys around you kind of like improved or like increased?
Yeah, I think it's improved a lot just because that comes with knowing the defense a lot better. Second year in the defense for most of these guys, and I think just having been played through that last season, I think that's helped us this season, just being more vocal and just being more confident in what we're talking about, what we're trying to communicate to everybody across the board. So.
Hey, this is kind of your second year in this position. You've been in 3 different defenses. I think people have moved you around, like different things about you. How refreshing is it to just kind of come into a camp and know exactly what you're going to do,
right?
And just refine your craft as opposed to learning something new?
Yeah, it is very refreshing because going into my last season, I want to be able to know where I'm playing or how to come attack camp or what's my mindset going to be throughout camp, and just knowing that I'm focused strictly on linebacker is awesome, and couldn't be more happy about this camp and this season. So, yeah.
Javen's kind of got a similar story. He's moved around a lot too, and now you guys are kind of playing a little bit next to each other. How have you seen him grow into the role that he's in?
Yeah, so I mean, I've been with Javen. He's been here since I've been here, so we've been here for a long time. Been good buddies throughout. It's one of my guys, but yeah, just seeing him grow. I mean, he's dealt with a lot of crap too. I mean, he's had a lot of injuries throughout his career, which sucks, but the way he's handled that adversity and to see where he is now is pretty incredible, and yeah, I can't wait to play beside him.
You guys kind of look at each other and go, we've been through some things.
Yeah, no, for sure. We've been through a lot, but I think that has made us even stronger, and I think that has allowed us to trust each other even more. So I expect great things from us, and yeah, I expect great things from us this year.
You talked to Ramir, obviously different sides of the ball, different stories, but he's been around the block too, obviously.
Yeah. Yep.
And I asked him about how special would it be that you guys get to a bowl game, do that, and he said no, he wants to even do more. But how important is it to leave on the right note? To you came back to do something. How important is it to make sure you leave this place better than you found it?
Yeah, no, it's very important because obviously I don't want to leave last year as it was. I thought we had more in the tank last year that we just weren't able to finish. So I think just being able to accomplish the goals that we're setting out this year, and I think all of the seniors kind of know what our goals are. And I just want to have those younger guys look up to the older guys and just see how it should be done and how what to expect and what their goal should be and what it takes to win. So that's kind of why I came back and what we want to be able to accomplish this year.
We talked turnovers, obviously, until we're blue in the face, but how important is it to get to the quarterback and finish?
Yeah, I mean, that's just as important as not turning the ball over or turning the ball over. So we didn't have as many takeaways last year as we'd like. Obviously, we were very good at stopping the offense, but we want to be able to take the ball away to give our offense more chances to score and give us a better chance to win. So I think that was a big emphasis towards the last half of the year last year, and I think it'll be even bigger emphasis this year. So
we talked about how you guys said, how this has been very player-driven, the difference in the confidence and mentality this season. I mean, have you noticed a marked difference compared to this time last year and just the culture that you guys have?
Yes, I think that we have grown a lot as a team. Yeah, but like you said, just the confidence and the mentality, just the mindset that guys have, what we expect for us to do, and I think that's just the fact of us trusting each other. I think we gained a lot of trust over the spring and the summer. Going into fall, I think all of us feel really good about where we are, and even the coaches have instilled that confidence in us. So. Yeah, we just like where we are right now, and most of us, we all can't wait for camp to start. So,
I talked about specifically like going from playing not to lose to being the reason that you guys win games. I mean, how have you taken that step to, I guess, shift that mentality to being the reason that you guys win games as opposed to just trying to make sure that you're not the reason that something goes wrong? Yeah,
I think that's tough because obviously we've had some games in my career where a lot of stuff didn't go right, but that's just, you have to be able to shift that mentality and just tell yourself like that's not going to happen again. We're not letting that happen. But like I said before, I think the trusting in ourselves and having that confidence that we've had for this whole year will really help us kind of turn that around and not have that lesser mentality when we're scared. So it's just like the fear of failure, we can't let that creep in, and we've talked about that, and I like where we're at right now. So
going through last year, I mean, with a very heavy workload, I mean, how did you feel physically by the end of the season versus how do you feel now?
Yeah, no, by the end of the season I definitely felt a little banged up, but so is everybody else. But I made it through the season decently healthy for the most part, which I was proud of. No surgeries, nothing like that. So, but I feel great right now. Obviously, I probably won't be saying that in a couple weeks here, but mentally, I think I'm strongest as I've ever been. So as long as my mental side's there, I think my physical side will take care of itself.
Do you think that experience will maybe help you deal with a little bit better the wear and the tear this year? Maybe knowing what you need to do to rehab your body and everything.
Yeah, I think so, and I think that's kind of where a lot of guys are. It's a lot of guys, most of the guys live in the training room, especially a lot of the older guys, because we understand how our bodies feel and what we need to do to get them to as close to 100% as possible. So, I think that I kind of know what to expect this year and kind of how to treat my body and what to do, what not to do.
I mean, another factor in that is, of course, the rotations, that you've set up. So, I mean, what do you think of the depth that you have throughout the whole linebacker room that'll maybe help you guys stay
Yeah.
fresh and everybody out
Yeah, no,
there.
we have a lot of guys this year that can play. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it, and I think that says a lot about our room. The guys that can play, a lot of guys that can play, or how many guys we got that can play. And it says a lot about just the leaders that Nick and Luke were last year, and even me and Javen this year. So, yeah, we have a lot of depth though, and I'm excited to see who gets on the field, who can prove themselves.
You and Giff, Isaac,
Yep.
both kind of been through a ton.
Yeah.
And both chose to come back.
Right.
If or when you accomplish those goals together, how maybe special of a moment will that be? Because you're kind of similar
Yeah.
paths, right?
Right. Yeah. No, me and Giff have been through it all. I mean, he's one of my best friends here, and he's just a great guy, and a great guy that I'd be able to do that with to finish the season out strong. And just knowing that what we've been through and all the time we've had here, just it means that much more. Just having that adversity that we've gone through, and just seeing the leader that he's become is awesome to see, because he's taken big strides every year, and I'm very, very proud to see what he does this year.
John, talk about Coach White's scheme and what's your favorite thing about playing with the 3-3-5?
I think just the ability to fly around and make plays, because I mean, you're so free in the 3-3-5. It's not gap responsibilities, so you see the ball, go get the ball. I think that's my favorite thing about it, just because it allows you to not be a robot sometimes and just kind of throwing your head in there even though the ball's not right there. But I think that, yeah, I'd say that's probably my favorite thing about the 3-3-5.
Is there something you don't like about it?
Not as of now, no. I can't really think of anything. I've come to find it very, very interesting and very fun to play in. But I haven't really found anything I don't like about it. So, yeah.
Thanks. Cool. Thank you, John. Appreciate it.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Yep.